Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is August 30th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see we've got quite a bit of smoke there bouncing around Northern California down into the valley area, even the Bay Area here. It's going to continue on for the next couple of days, and then we're going to bring a trough down across California and Oregon and hopefully bring some nice measurable precipitation across the region. We'll take a look at those details coming up. It's going to suppress temperatures here too. We're going to cool down across much of the area compared to where we are today in the last few days. This is this day in SoCal weather history, remnants of Hurricane Gwen way back in 1972, and some additional thunderstorm activity in 2012. They're usually the headline makers this time of year for California. We do have a red flag warning up for some of the northern valley areas here. You can see the gusty winds at 35 miles per hour, and it is blowing some smoke around there. Could be an easy spread for some of the fires that do develop in this area. Kind of the similar thing here on the Bay Area. It does include Sacramento as well. This is looking at strong wind gusts possible. Hanford National Weather Service, you can see as you get out towards Ridgecrest there, some gusts up over 40 and 50 miles per hour out there as well as this trough starts to drop down across the region. This is precipitation chances going up for portions of Arizona. Look at Flagstaff and Phoenix starting to pick up their odds here as we go through tomorrow. A little bit of a bump in the monsoon activity as we go through the next few days. We'll take a look at the extended also as well coming up. And this is flooding possible. Slight risk across some places like Arizona, Prescott, and there's probably Flagstaff as well, but includes on into Nevada and extreme eastern California as well. This is looking at the trough coming in here. So this is last night's European run, 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet, because this is a good idea of general trough and ridge position. You can see that ridge really getting shunted off to the east, and look at this thing just kind of set up shop over California. This would be Friday night here as we go into Saturday morning. Trough kind of hangs out, so we'll look at the precipitation map here in a moment as well. But yeah, this is the nice signal here for cooling things down here and bringing some precipitation potentially to some of the forest fire areas there across Northern California. Now, this is looking at last night's European run, total precipitation. Let's let this play out. You can see some of this moving in by the time we go into Thursday afternoon, starting to come down across the region by Friday during the day. Here we go to Friday night, Saturday morning. So yeah, pretty good precipitation signal showing up across some portions of Nevada as well. But really, it's kind of localized, maybe central, northern Sierra Nevada, northern California here, maybe some Bay Area north precipitation here also. You can see some of this activity starts to spread into California and Nevada here as well. And then we go on through the extended a little bit more, and we may have a suppression of the monsoon coming through the extended forecast, at least according to the longer range outlook. We'll look at that in a moment. Now, this is the GFS. This is running right now, hot off the presses. I'm going to update it there so you go ahead and see the most recent information, make sure it's available. Here goes that next trough, dropping down across Pacific Northwest and square over Northern California, hanging out for this weekend, suppressing temperatures, bringing some precipitation, and we're at about 102 hours now. But I also want to go ahead and do this. Let's back up to the 06 one that goes out. It's full 384 hours. And you can see additional troughing across Pacific Northwest. Some ridging trying to build across the southwest here. But look at this. Here goes the GFS with its fantasy hurricane forecast getting close to Baja here and even making a little bit of a turn towards California. So something just to watch off in the extended forecast there to see if any of this moisture can make its way up towards California. Purely fantasy right now. Don't get too excited about it just yet. We'll watch this here over the next few days. But some interesting troughing signals here, and this one here coming up this weekend is definitely something to look forward to as far as precipitation potential for Northern California. Now, this is looking at the daily 2-meter max temperature here. You can see the valley area is quite warm today. This would be Wednesday, August 30th, and here we go through the 31st. And you can see the valley cooling down just a hair and then a bit more as we get this trough into the area Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look at just up into the 80s for most of the areas here across central Northern California. Desert's even getting a cool down here as well as we go through Monday. But then we start to bounce back a little bit as we go next week. But we'll worry about that when we get a little bit closer. The picture will become a bit more clear. This is 6 to 10 day temperature outlook here. Look at the nice blue shading here on the west coast. This goes through September 8th. This goes through September 8th as well. Precipitation chances. And again, this is kind of the 6 to 10 days, so it doesn't really take that trough into account too much. And you can kind of see the suppression of some of this monsoon activity showing up as we go through early in September. And here's the 8 to 14 day temperature, kind of normal conditions across California. But the further you go east here, above average conditions look to exist through September 12th. And again, kind of that suppression signal there showing up as we head towards mid-September here. So maybe this will change, but not a great signal right there for monsoon lovers here over the next couple of weeks. This is looking at the air quality index. Look at this. Some of this air across some of the Central Valley here down towards Sacramento is pretty bad and unhealthy. and continues for Northern California as well. The good news is, of course, the Sierra Nevada is not on fire here, but some of the smoke is definitely making its way down towards the Bay Area and the valley areas as well. And this is looking at the HER, the 12Z run. This goes out 48 hours. This is surface smoke. You can see how that smoke is infiltrated down into the valley here. The fires continue to flare up in the afternoon and evening hours, continuing to pump smoke around here. And then that trough starts to drop down. Initially, it's going to stir some of this fire conditions up, but hopefully it can push some of that smoke out of the region here. It looks like things will start to get better as the trough arrives, but we'll see how that develops, and we'll see how much precip we can drop on those forest fires there. This is percent of average precipitation. Now, we're looking for basically through meteorological summer here, because it's about to come to an end. As of August 31st, September 1st, we're going to be in meteorological fall. It starts September 1st, so get ready for that. Anyway, you can see the track of Tropical Storm Hillary as it moved across California, Nevada, and Oregon, Idaho, and Montana there as this moved north and really bumped the signal up there. Some of the Bay Area, though, very abnormally dry for meteorological summer. You don't get a lot, but you didn't get much at all across the summer months here. And some of the Sierra Nevada didn't do too bad, though. You can see a lot of areas 200, 300, 400%, even 800% normal precipitation as Hurricane Hillary and Tropical Storm Hillary tracked north across the area here. Arizona actually below average here for the summertime also. This is looking for temperature, and you can see a lot of the area actually below average here. Some of the yellow shows between 0 and 2, and a little bit warmer across some of Northern California there as well. So interesting stuff that basically covers all of meteorological summer there. And now we're going to take a look way off into fantasy land here and look at Lake Tahoe. If you look at in the 46-day European model, shows maybe some of the first snowflakes starting to arrive for some of the Sierra Nevada by the time you get towards early October. Kind of typical stuff there, but it's always fun to look at and realize that fall is on its way. This is Lake Tahoe temperatures. You can kind of see the gradual decline as you get towards the early portion of October here as well. This is Reno. And you can see, look at this in the fantasy forecast here, a little bit of snow starting to fly here for some of the higher elevations, like Reno is pretty high out there. But yeah, just purely a fantasy forecast, and now just kind of a realization that fall may be coming. This is Sacramento International Airport, and you can kind of see how the temperatures start trailing off once you get towards the mid portion of October here, a 46-day forecast. And you can see the 46-day forecast in the European runs at 100 different ensemble members that are pretty intense stuff, and it runs that every single day now. It used to run it only 2 days a week, I should mention. So San Francisco International Airport, and you can kind of see, look at these temperatures. It's going to remain pretty consistent here all the way through mid-October. And you can start to get some offshore flow stuff going on here too, which can warm things up. And it keeps the fire season going actually through October a lot of years also. So we'll watch for that. This is Los Angeles, kind of just a gentle slope here as we go through towards the end of October, but barely even noticeable really. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys found that interesting there. We'll watch this trough drop down, a nice, interesting system coming down across the area. Let's put out some of these fire complexes here across Northern California. It's been a long summer for the fires there, but the good thing is, of course, the Sierra Nevada is not on fire right now as well. And we're going to cool things down with this trough, so you got that to look forward to as well. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.